Hello, my name is Wendy Wilson, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing our school counselor, Ms. Mary Jane McCullers, here at Durand South. Ms. McCullers has had a total of 8 years of being a school counselor. She has been here at Durand South for 2 years. So, Ms. McCullers, first of all, thank you for completing this interview with me. I greatly appreciate it. So, do you have anything you want to say before we begin? Okay. So, Ms. McCullers, we know what the state, well, the Board of Education kind of requires for your job. So, with that being said, can you kind of tell us what are your job responsibilities slash daily task in reality?
Sure. Um, to begin with, any student that comes in to enroll, I'm a major part of the enrollment process as well as the withdrawal process and making sure that we have the correct documentation. And if we are missing documentation, whether or not we can enroll that student. If it's an EL student or a student that has no documentation, I work with the Board of Education to obtain those documents and get that kid where they need to be. I'm also the EL coordinator for our school, so I work closely with our EL coach for the system, Ms. Patsy Flournoy, and our EL kids, especially with testing for access. I'm also the 504 coordinator, so that is an ongoing job throughout the school year, keeping records and documentation because those legal issues can arise. And then I also do counseling, small groups, individual kids. There are specific kids that I have to meet with specifically, whether it be just a standard kid or if it's a special education case or 504. I also do classroom guidance, and I usually do that in the gym with character education, but I also go into classrooms as well.
Okay. Now, Ms. McCullers, I know that you do actually go above and beyond the call of duty. So, with that being said, how does what you do impact student learning on a daily basis and over the course of the school year?
Well, I think you have to be an advocate for the kids as a school counselor because most of the time they don't have anybody else. So I try to create that safe environment for them so that they can come to me if they have any issues, to motivate or encourage them if they're having a bad day or year. Some kids at this level, maturity is somewhat of an issue, so like social skills is one of those things I can offer in a small group. Grief for kids that have lost loved ones. Organization is one of my staple groups because this is just a transitional year for a lot of kids, and anger management and anxiety are the other two that usually I wind up doing after I do a needs assessment. But we also do this thing called promotion coaching where the teachers and Ms. Wilson's done this before, where we talk to kids that we don't really know. They're kids that have other teachers, and we talk about their grades, if something's going on, and then the teachers come to me with the information if something stands out to them. So we kind of get to know the kid, and then it gives them kind of a relationship to build rapport with that individual.
Okay. And I really can attest to these programs that they really do work for the kids, even though it might seem like it's a lot, but it's still, it's still, for the betterment of the students.
Right.
Okay. All right. So last question. How have you improved or become more focused on what you do in order to improve student learning over your tenure in your position?
Well, the promotion coaching thing, I think, is kind of my big deal because it includes everybody in the school working together to make these kids successful. Then I have my peer tutor program that starts halfway through the first 9 weeks, and if I can't find a tutor for them because of scheduling conflicts, then I tutor them, and if I don't know how to do it, then I find somebody that can, if it's another teacher, or sometimes I have people that tutor multiple kids at one time. But anyway, to kind of make that success for that student, because sometimes they don't have anybody else that they can count on and that motivate them. So, sometimes we just have to step into that role. So.
Well, Ms. McCullers, I will say this: everything you've done to this school, all the programs, I really, do appreciate because really they've helped a lot of the students. So I've seen a lot of progress from like the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year with a lot of my students personally in my class. So I really do appreciate it. So Ms. McCullers, thank you for completing this interview with me. And that's it.
Thank you.